Hey, this is Dan, the Pizza Ranch Man. It's Veterans Day, and we're packed jam full of veterans and their families because veterans eat free at Pizza Ranch on Veterans Day.
My name is Dick Sweezy. I'm currently live in New Era, Michigan. I'm a retired Chief Petty Officer out of the United States Navy. I served 22 years with the United States Marine Corps and the United States Navy, aboard an aircraft carrier and a destroyer. I retired in 1978. Then I worked for 15 years as an insurance salesman. Okay, I enjoy eating at the Pizza Ranch. I love their roasted chicken, and their dessert pizza is outstanding. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Bill Mastenbrook from Spring Lake. I served 10 years in the United States Navy on an LST, and I was in 2 wars. World War II, I spent a long time there on a forward gun, and on Korea, I just was in the engine room mainly of the LST because we landed there with troops. But other than that, I pretty much loved the Navy, and I got married right after I got out, so I never went back again. But anyway, it was I spent a lot of time in the African area and mostly in the Atlantic, a little bit in the Pacific, but not very much. Yeah, last year we were fortunate enough to come here and got a real nice meal, so we decided to come back here again this year. It's an excellent place, and it has a lot of service people here. Okay. I have one of my sons here, and he also was in the Navy, and he'd like to say something to you.
Yeah, my name's Don Mastenbrook, and I came here with my father and spent 6 years in the Navy. Didn't really do a whole lot. I was on 3 different ships, mostly tin cans, destroyers. So, and we come here together just to enjoy a meal, and it's kind of nice getting out with Dad. So.
My name is Bill Malda. I grew up in New Era, Michigan, and I joined the Army in 1943, New Year's Day of 1943. I was in Normandy in 1944. I landed 2 weeks after D-Day, and I went into Cherbourg, the first city I went into, and then went into St. Lo, and I was injured there, and then I ended up in the hospital. After I received the Purple Heart, I was wounded in the thigh, and they couldn't operate at that time. They put me in a replacement camp, but they gave me a Purple Heart anyway, so then I went to replacement camp. Later, they called me back, and they had surgery and removed, it was a piece of shrapnel, and they removed it, and I still got the piece that they took out. But after that, I did strain. I worked with an outfit. We did many things. We trained other troops for combat, and we sorted mail, and we did several different things. And I ended up working in they called it the USFET headquarters. That was in Frankfurt, Germany. It was the same building where General Eisenhower worked, and I saw him many times there. Right. And then when I came back, I became an apprentice bricklayer, And I worked on the BC Cobb plant for one place. I was a bricklayer there, and I worked on many schools around, like Reef Puffer School, Jolman, and Grand Haven High School, and many schools around, Churchill School and Heil School. And then later on I working on homes, building fireplaces and basements. So tonight we came to the Pizza Ranch, and we get here quite often, and the food is so good. I think we're spoiled. We just enjoy it every time we come here.
Hi, I'm Tim Suko, and I served in the United States Navy for about 13 years, ranging from all kinds of ships to several land bases around the U.S. and overseas. And most of that time I was an air traffic controller on aircraft carriers and in the normal tower that you would see at airports all around the country. Well, this is my first time at Pizza Ranch. I really enjoy the food, and I appreciate the fact that I am appreciated.
While proudly serving his country for 27 years as a United States veteran, Attorney Al Swanson has spent the last 14 years serving his community. Specializing in criminal defense, civil litigation, veterans affairs, and family law. From divorce and custody issues, abuse and neglect, to private adoptions. Attorney Al Swanson, giving the same commitment and dedication to his clients that he gave to his country. To set up a consultation, you can call 231-733-0833.
At Classic Computer, we buy, sell, and service both laptops as well as PCs. We can special order parts or upgrade your existing computer. Anything from hard drives to DVD burners, from Ethernet cables and memory to the latest in PCs and laptops. We're Classic Computer, sales and service. For more information, call 231-773-5957.
Established in 1973 by Paul M. Lattis, Lattis & Hoops Law Offices has been a multi-service law firm specializing in accident cases, personal injury, wrongful death, Social Security disability, divorce, probate and wills, and real estate. When it comes to choosing the right attorney for your legal needs, don't choose out of town, choose local legal counsel. It really pays. It's experience when it counts. It's Lattis & Hoops Law Offices.
Hello, Jimmy John's?
Jimmy John's here.
What took you so long?
Jimmy John's, freaky fast delivery.
I love a man in uniform.
Hello, my name is Charles Thies. I'm a veteran of the U.S. Army. I was stationed in Fort Knox for a while and got my basic training and armor training there, and went to Texas to Fort Hood and did some more tank maneuvers and things and learned more about them. The tanks are such that it takes a whole crew of about 5 guys to push that brush down through the 90 millimeter gun tube and then pull it back out again in order to clean on one. But you want to make sure you never have any projectiles in the breech block area. Well, most of my time was spent in Fort Hood, Texas. I was at Fort Knox 5 months and 19 months at Fort Hood. We went out on maneuvers every year and spent 2.5 weeks on maneuvers, and we would park the tanks in one place and be there for as many as 2 and 3 days. And I had a chance to go and see a Cowhouse Creek, which was a gorge, a deep gorge of water flowing down through the reservation into a lake by Belton, Texas, and they had a dam built there, and it finally filled up with water about a year after I left there. And they had fishing and boating and everything on that lake. The lake was pretty good sized. When we were in Fort Knox, but one day somebody had been leaving their clean things lay around every weekend for a couple of weeks, so they decided to have an inspection. Well, they came in my building barracks there, and the captain and sergeant captain looked at my footlocker as he walked by and stopped and took a look, and he said, "Whose footlocker is this?" I said, "Mine, sir." He said, "Open it up." And I said, "Yes, sir." And I got a key out, unlocked it, and opened it up, set the tray, inspection tray back up on the edge. He looked in that and he said, well, it looks like I picked the right one this time." And the sergeant, he just leaned right up against the wall and just heaved a sigh of relief. He thought that everybody would be staying in for the weekend with quarantine because of somebody having a mess like some do. I was in the habit of keeping mine kind of straightened out, and it made it a lot easier to be ready for an inspection on Saturday mornings. So when I come out, I went into the electrical trade, and one of the fellows of my tank commander at Fort Hood lived in Ypsilanti at one time, and when he came home from the service, he went into the electrical trade in Ann Arbor's local union. I came home and I went into the electrical trade here and wound up in the Muskegon local union. I've been celebrating Veterans Day every year for years. We went to parades, we went to a lot of doings, and I was surprised when this came up today. We've been here at the Pizza Ranch. We've been here for several times over the last year, and in fact, we've started coming here before that, I guess, as soon as they all opened up. And I think they have some of the greatest meals here, and the people are great around here. They just go out of their way to take care of you, whatever, no matter whether you're clearing your table or whatever they're doing.
Hi, I'm Chuck Tompkins. I served 4 years in the Navy, 61 to 65, aboard the aircraft carrier USS Independence. I was a quartermaster, third class. We did the navigation, and I also steered the ship. The 4 years that I was in was during the Cuban Missile Crisis, and the Independence was one of the ships that was involved in the blockade. I do remember one day seeing one of the freighters go by with Russian freighters go by with the missiles on top. Interesting story. Being a quartermaster, each of the divisions have a certain area of the ship that they have to keep clean. And the quartermaster's, one of theirs was the bridge. This is where they steer the ship. And I was up there cleaning one day, and one of the officers up there said, "Well, watch that plane." And the plane got just about the height of the bridge and went like this. It went like this second time, went like this a third time. One canopy flew, the second canopy flew, and one chair went, and the other chair went. This was with a pilot and co-pilot in them. And they separated, the chair and the pilot separated, and their chutes caught about 5 feet off the water. Well, the destroyer behind us picked up the pilots, and they radioed and said that they were okay. So they said that when we get through with flight ops, we'll bring the ship alongside. Well, we finished flight ops, they brought the ship alongside, and the quartermasters on the bridge have ship-to-ship, or have sound-powered phones, and I happened to have the one that was going ship-to-ship. And the officer on deck on the carrier was talking to the officer on deck on the destroyer, and he said, "I won't give you your pilots until you give me my ice cream." And the other one says, "Well, you won't get the ice cream until I get my pilots." And this went back and forth, and I'm just roaring on the stage up on the bridge. And then the one says, "Well, your pilots are on the way." And he says, "Well, we'll give you your ice cream back." At that time, the destroyers could not make ice cream, and when they rescued one of our pilots, their reward was enough ice cream for the crew. And this is why they were bickering about the ice cream. When I got out of the service, I met a gal in Massachusetts, and when I was stationed in Newport, and when we got married while I was in the service, and when I got out, I moved to her hometown, which is New Bedford, Massachusetts, and we lived out there for about 10 years, and then moved back to Michigan. I retired after 25 years with the Muskegon Area Intermediate School District as a computer operator, second shift. I belong to the Don Ray Post in North Muskegon, 8846. I'm a past commander. Also, on Tuesday night, we have burger night, and I'm in charge of that. So if you want a good burger or hot dog or chicken strips, come on out Tuesdays, 4:30 to 7. I enjoy coming here to Pizza Ranch. We've come occasionally for the past 3 or 4 years. And it's really nice to have people come up to you and say, thank you for serving. You'd be surprised the expression on the guy's face when you tell him that. And we really appreciate that.
I'm Cadet Ionelli.
I'm Cadet Currents.
I'm Cadet Sarah Cook, and we're from the Muskegon High School JROTC program.
Since 1885, Olson's TV and Appliances has featured a wide variety of quality appliances, televisions, and stereo equipment. They also provide installation, repair, and delivery. Olson's TV and Appliances, a name you can trust, service you can rely on.
A monument is far more than a means of marking a resting place. It is a symbol of love and devotion. During your time of need, the designers and engravers at Superior Monument will work closely with you and your family. Superior Monument, building honor, respect, joy, and remembrance of a life.
24 hours, 7 days a week, it's Ramos to the rescue. For accidents, lockouts, jump starts, tire changes, or gas delivery, the experienced drivers at Ramos Towing will be at your side within a matter of minutes. Whether it's a motorcycle, medium duty, or a flatbed, whatever you need, just remember, it's Ramos to the rescue.
813, Pizza 15, and we're clear.
01 Armitage at the gas station, stand by a second. Alright, 10-4.
Fair representation at a reasonable price. Sean P. Davis, PLC, 1065 Peck Street, Muskegon, Michigan, www.seanpdavisplc.com.
At Langlois Home Furnishing in Muskegon, we've been serving West Michigan for over 65 years. Langlois is a local family-owned store with national buying power. We carry the largest selection of mattresses from Serta in West Michigan. Plus, we can help with design ideas. We also have a great selection of the latest top brand appliances and HD TVs. Discover what's new for you at Langlois Home Furnishings on Henry Street in Muskegon.